welcome to the final segment of today's show down here in this cold but sunny day in Boise, Idaho. It is Thursday, January 31st. It's pretty much already the end of January.
Yep.
Pretty remarkable. But with that being said, that means that the Super Bowl is here, as it is Sunday, 4:30 on CBS. Romo and Jim Nantz will have the call on that one. Should be a great one. This show has been geared all towards this Super Bowl, as of course it happens once a year, one of the biggest events in the world, and of course our show, which is built around sports, is going to focus on that. So our show, all of today, has been about the Super Bowl, and we're going to continue that right now with our debate to end the week.
Absolutely. It's been a great Super Bowl show. Of course, we're going to end our show with a debate like we do every single week. And there's no bigger sporting event in America than the Super Bowl, so I can't wait for it on Sunday. Always one of my favorite days. And I know this wasn't either of our predictions for the Super Bowl, but I am pretty glad that we got a lot of storylines surrounding this Super Bowl here. We got the dynasty in the Patriots, and we got the new-look Rams that are exciting and fresh to watch. So two very different sides, and I'm excited to see how they match up together. So I'm very excited about Sunday. It's going to be a great game, and now we get to debate the winner.
Yeah, and I will say, too, this is two of my least favorite teams, if not my two least favorite teams in the NFL. But I will say, I think the media did a great job with the media day and the interviews. Because I think that's what's really started getting. That's what got me excited for. Because I really, to be honest, after the two championship games, I wanted Saints-Chiefs really bad. I did not want this matchup. But now I'm excited for it. I'm excited because I'm going to watch it from really an entertainment point, an entertainment stance. Last year, I definitely wanted the Eagles. This year, I really don't care who wins. I don't really like either of them. But I just hope it's a good game. It's an entertaining game. So it'll be fun to watch it from that perspective, and I'm definitely excited for it, as I always am. It's the Super Bowl. How can you not be excited?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're both very excited about this game. We're both going to watch it as fans, as announcers. That's what we're doing this show for. So I want the biggest storylines to come out of this game, because then we can talk about it all next week, all the rest of our show. So just whatever's the biggest storylines is going to be fantastic, but I know there's going to be great stuff from the Super Bowl. And let's get right to it. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? We got two sides here. We got the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots. So, Seth, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Here we go. So this is our prediction. We have been holding off to tell you our prediction up until this debate to make the debate more exciting. But here's my prediction. I talked about it last segment, how I think the Rams will score first. I think the Rams score a touchdown right off the bat, get it on the board. Get excited. I think a game goes into halftime. I'm going to say 17-14. Patriots lead going into halftime. Coming out of half, I think Rams, I think it's going to be a little bit ugly coming out of half. I like the Rams to score first in the second half as well. I like them to get a touchdown. I like it to be 21-17. The Rams have the lead, but from there on out, about halfway through the third quarter, it is all the New England Patriots. I think they take over. I think they run away with it in the fourth quarter. I don't expect it to actually be a very close game. I hope it's a close game, but my final prediction I got written down right here is 34-21. I like the Patriots to win by 13 points. I think it'll be about a 6-point game up until halfway through the fourth quarter. I think the Patriots will get a touchdown. Rams will fail to capitalize on a touchdown, and then Patriots will just be able to run out the clock with their dominant run game and their offensive line, led by the experience. That is the biggest factor for me, is the experience in this game. I picked the Eagles last year, but they were older. And they were a defensive-minded team first, and I think that helps when you're a team that doesn't have a lot of experience. The Rams don't have a lot of experience, and they're an offensive-minded team. So I think if they get a little bit rattled, I think the Patriots can start to run away with it. I like the Patriots to win 34-21. Tom Brady is my MVP, but two dark horses, James White. Look for him to be in the conversation. I think he has a big day receiving, just like he did in the Super Bowl. I believe it was against Atlanta when he had the big one, when Brady gave him his MVP car. Because he felt he deserved it. Another dark horse, Julian Edelman, I think has a great shot to win MVP in this game. But at the end of the day, there's too much experience. Tom Brady goes out with his 6th championship ring.
I like what you said there, but if we get the best New England Patriots team against the best Los Angeles Rams team, the Rams will win this Super Bowl. This is what's going to happen. Rams, way more talented than the Patriots right now. I know the Patriots, they've been here before. They got the experience. They got enough talent to be there, of course, but the Rams are way more talented than the Patriots right now. And this is what's going to happen. The Rams will go out. They know the Patriots are going to try and run the ball, control the clock, and the Rams are going to try to do the same thing here. They want Todd Gurley to get the ball very early, and if there's still going to be very explosive with plays. I do predict the Rams will score first with a big touchdown to Robert Woods, but they're going to control the clock and maybe a little bit better than what they had during the regular season. And I believe Sean McVay can definitely do that. But for the Patriots, their game plan here is going to be the exact same thing from the Chiefs. They're going to control the line of scrimmage. They're going to win that battle, and then they're going to control the time of clock, keeping the ball away from when the Chiefs, when they were playing them from Patrick Mahomes. Now they're going to keep the ball away from the Rams and Jared Goff. But that was because their offensive line was great, and the Chiefs had no pass rush. This is a different animal here. The Los Angeles Rams have a very good pass rush. Of course, we talked about Aaron Donald, Ndamukong Suh. They have a very good athletes that could get to the quarterback, and I know it's going to be a very tough matchup for that New England offensive line, and they're going to be able to hang in there early, but I think once the game gets going, gets developed, they're going to get a little tired because that Rams defense is still going at them. They're going to be able to pass rush Tom Brady, get to him, and what did the Eagles do last year very well? Pass rush. Chris Long got to Tom Brady to beat him up a little bit. Tom just did not have the time he usually does, and I don't think he will at all against like he did against the Chiefs. He's going to be under a lot more pressure because this Rams defense is going to be very aggressive. That's what Wade Phillips' system is. Very hyper-aggressive defense. We're going to get to the quarterback. You're going to beat us on a couple deep shots, of course. You're going to get Talib on one. You're going to get Peters, of course. But we'll give up a couple of those plays because we're stopping the run, and if they're able to stop the run, they can get to Tom Brady. It's going to be all on Tom Brady to win this game. And I know he looked fantastic in that Chiefs game, but he is 41 years old. He's still kind of limited. He's not going to be Patrick Mahomes slinging it out there. Tom Brady can do whatever he can. He was an offsides play call away from losing that game because of a interception he threw. So Tom Brady is still human. He could throw an interception here. He had one against the Eagles last year. I think the Rams can get to him very easily with Aaron Donald and the boys. And if Tom Brady's under pressure, then the whole team is going to be under pressure, and it's going to be very tough. And that defense is good, but the Rams, their offense is just so explosive. I think they'll be able to put up points and compete with Tom Brady. I think Jared Goff is right up there with Tom Brady right now. I think they're playing exactly the same right now. So because of that, I think if they are both 100%, they both excel in their game plans, I think the Rams will carry out a win in this one.
You know, I do agree with you in the fact that if the Rams win this game, it's going to be through their defensive line. They got to get to Brady. That's what the Chiefs cannot do. And obviously, Donald, Suh, Fowler, those guys are much better than what the Chiefs brought to the table with their pass rush. And I agree with that. I think their defensive line will provide a lot of pressure. I think they'll do a good job of that. I just don't necessarily trust this Rams offense when it matters. So I like I said, I predicted them to score early when the game's not huge, hugely decided, not the end of the game or anything. I expect them to score early in the second half as well. But other than that, when the game's on the line, when it matters most, I trust the Patriots. I think you talked about a little bit too. I think clock management is a huge key to this game.
Oh yeah,
that's what
absolutely.
I love about Bill Belichick and the Patriots. That's what they are so good at. So I think it's one of the most underrated things in football. Not a lot of people talk about time of possession and clock management, but we saw it against the Chiefs. We saw what the Patriots did against the Chiefs. Their full objective was to get the ball out of the hands of Patrick Mahomes as much as possible, and that's what they did. I didn't see what the final time of possession was in that game, but I know it was way in favor of the Patriots, and they do that through their identity of being a run team now. And so I think they're really, really going to eat at the clock. First half especially, I don't think the Rams are going to get a whole lot of opportunities. That's why I have them scoring early and then maybe get another one sometime in between then and halftime. But I don't think the Rams will get a lot of opportunities early. They'll take their offensive out of it, and I don't trust their young pieces on the offensive side yet to be able to stay composed and make plays like the Chiefs did to send it to overtime. I don't like this offense quite as much, and I think it might be a boring game. I could see it being a boring game in terms of what people want to see.
A running
shootout.
game.
Yeah. I think you'll get the Patriots Chiefs game end up being exciting, but the early on in that game was pretty boring.
It was boring for sure.
It was punts, field goals, and a lot of time wasted on run plays. But that's how the Patriots are going to win. They don't have the talent to win in big, glamorous shootouts anymore. So I think that's the way they're going to do it. Some people think it's boring. I understand that. I love it. I love that old school approach. I'm not saying I'm a fan of the Patriots. I'm not a fan of the Patriots. But I love that approach, and I think that's what it's going to take for them to win this game.
I think this game will be very similar to the Patriots-Chiefs game we watched in the AFC Championship game. The first half is going to be a feeling-out process. Not a whole lot of going on. It will be boring for most casual fans. The Patriots are going to try and control the clock, run the ball, and then the Rams are going to try to do the same. I do believe that. But, of course, they're going to have those deep shots, those deep attacks that the Rams have been famous for all season long. So I do think it's going to be very similar to that. And then once we go into the second half, it's an all-out shootout. And I know Tom Brady could definitely hang in there in a shootout because he did with the Chiefs. But I think the Rams are maybe just as good or better set up for a shootout here. Yeah. Sean McVay, that's his style. He wants to go toe-to-toe with the best in the business in Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. He is so excited for this opportunity. I think if we get a shootout, it could go either way, but the Rams, I think, are very well suited. And you said how you trust Bill Belichick and the Patriots a little bit more in the crunch time and in the crucial opportunities, and I do too. But Sean McVay really made me be a huge believer in late game situations in that Saints game. He knew very early that this game was getting out of reach, out of hand very early on in the Saints one. That's why they did the Hecker fake punt. They were able to get that first down, and that's why they won that game, because they were able to turn the momentum very early. And it was a huge call there to be able to do that and still go down there, and they ended up kicking a field goal, making it a game now. And so he knows if it does get out of hand very early, we got to take opportunities that you don't see is going to come. And I think Sean McVay is very well suited for that. He's going to have something up his sleeve just very similar like that. I don't know if we're going to see it because I do believe it'll be a very close game. But he's going to have something ready to go if we see a similar situation. And that's why I can't count out the Rams to get blown out. I think they'll hang in there. And I think we're going to shoot out just like the Chiefs game. Don't think it's going to go to overtime. I do have the Rams winning 31-28. Very close game here. I could see the Patriots winning majority of the way for sure. Rams kind of come back in there just like the Chiefs did. They tie it up at 28. Tom Brady's going to have his opportunity, and then the Rams are going to have their opportunity. And Sean McVay knows you cannot let Tom Brady get the last shot. So he's going to control the clock, very similar to what Bill Belichick does. And they're going to drive down there and kick a last-second field goal with a little bit of time on the clock to give the ball back to Tom Brady. But it won't be enough, just like last year, because Aaron Donald's going to sack Tom Brady for the win. And that's why the Rams are going to beat the Patriots.
I like it. Zerloin's ready for the moment. You know that for a game-winning kick. He showed
up last week
in the NFC Championship big time, hitting a 57-yarder to win it and the one to send it to overtime. But one more could you ask for? You got Brady versus Goff. You got Michelle versus Gurley. You got the Rams D-line versus the Patriots O-line. You got Talib versus Edelman. Gilmore versus Cooks. So many matchups, so many storylines. You got Maroon 5. You got Travis Scott. You got great commercials. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I got the Patriots, and you got the Rams.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fantastic Super Bowl. It always is. And I'm so excited to see which way it goes, Patriots or Rams. It's going to be a great show. Make sure to tune into it on Sunday.
So we hope we got you guys excited for it down here at Blue Collar Sports. We are down here in the Pulse Radio studio. If you ever want to stop by and say hi from 2 to 4 p.m. Tuesdays, Thursdays, this is our last show till Super Bowl Sunday, so we hope we got you guys ready for it. But we'll definitely break it down on what we saw happen on our show Tuesday at 2 o'clock.
Absolutely.
It's been a great ride. We appreciate it. This was our 96th show. Anything else you'd like to add?
It's been a great show, great Super Bowl show. Can't wait to see it on Sunday, all unfold. Make sure to tune into it on CBS, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday.
4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Sunday night. Super Bowl Sunday. We'll break it down Tuesday. Have a good one, guys.
Sheesh.